a lot of domestic violence cases are BS. This one is not.
Right.
And the fight happened when the FBI agent was went to a literal cuckold party. So what that is for our viewers here, the FBI agent took his wife to a sex party to watch other men have sex with his wife. And they had a fight when they got home from the party, and he brutally beat her in a drunken rage.
I think even the details that emerged was she did not like what was going on at the party, and that's what the fight was about. It wasn't that he didn't like it. He was objecting to her. She was objecting to what was going on at the party. She was objecting to, and he approved of it, and that's how the fight started, apparently.
Unbelievable.
And this guy, the picture of him, we'll put it on the film. But it's just this guy. He looks like a bug man who goes to the gym. You know, he that's basically the syndrome.
That's who's at the FBI.
Yeah.
That's who's at the FBI. There's other cases related to the Gretchen Whitmer plot. You know, there's something that came out actually today. One of the lead investigative agents, Jason Chambers, who I have covered, FBI Special Agent Jason Chambers, I have covered him in depth on National-Justice because I have court documents showing that for years this guy has been an abusive actor as a worker for the FBI. He denied a man his gun rights, a man who is by law under the Second Amendment and under local law in Michigan had the right, a Palestinian activist actually.
Right.
He's a Palestinian activist who applied to purchase a legal firearm. The FBI went to the gun dealer when the background check came up in the FBI system.
Right.
Jason Chambers went to the gun dealer and told him, I don't want you to sell guns to this guy because he's a Palestinian extremist.
Right.
This guy is a well-known, above-ground, suit and tie Palestinian rights activist.
Right.
He goes to protest against Israel. His crime is protesting Israel, basically.
Yeah.
And Jason Chambers, for this crime, legally, and this guy's never been charged with a crime.
Never charged with a crime. Yeah.
The FBI agent went to the gun dealer and said, listen, you can still sell the gun, but if you do, the FBI is not going to like it.
Yeah.
He said that to him. And this is actually part of a federal lawsuit against Jason Chambers and the FBI that this Palestinian man is suing them for denying him his gun rights. It's currently going. They're planning to take it to the Supreme Court.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So this is the rule. It's not what Sean Hannity says that it's a few bad apples. It's the whole orchard. It's the institution.
Yeah.
The whole institution is rotten.
Yeah.
Okay.
The psychos, man.
I mean, I could go on. I mean, there's another federal lawsuit with a female FBI agent where she was detailing the culture at the Las Vegas field office of the FBI, where one of the lead agents, who's this guy that comes in and out of the FBI, like he left the FBI a few years ago to work as the Nevada Sports Commission chief.
Yeah.
He went from the FBI to Nevada Sports Commission chief. Now, if you know anything about Las Vegas sports, you know that the Nevada Sports Commission is the most corrupt, filthy. They're the ones that fix all the boxing matches. They're the ones that they've been named as ruining boxing.
Right.
The Nevada Sports Commission is ruined boxing, and they had this former FBI agent as their leading guy, and then he was brought back in to work quote unquote domestic terror cases where he was working the Boogaloo Boys. And during his work, they were harassing. There was this culture of weird sex stuff at the office, where this guy sent a female agent a selfie of himself. This old dirty special agent, a selfie of himself pleasuring himself with a rainbow dildo that he kept in the office.
Psychos.
Okay?
Psychos.
So this guy is some kind of weird bisexual who keeps a rainbow dildo at his office and uses it on himself, photographs it, and then sends it to other agents.
Yeah.
Why do you think FBI is pro-Antifa? I mean, they're all sexual deviants by the rule. They're all like complete sexual freaks.
Yes, I mean, you want to hear something else. You know, the pedophile that was the alleged pedophile that was at the New Orleans office. Recently, I reported on another FBI agent at the New Orleans office who's a lesbian that was arrested recently this week for beating her wife.
Yes, I saw that.
Well, that's not a surprise. It's just lesbians.
Well, you know, this also, I should just say for anyone who wants to...
One last thing. She wasn't just an FBI agent. She was the second in command of the field office.
Yes, the second in command of the field office. I have to say, just a little history note here, that whether or not the accusation that J. Edgar Hoover was a cross-dresser is true. To give the historical context for our viewers, J. Edgar Hoover, the founder and creator of the FBI, is accused of being a secret cross-dresser. He was a lifelong bachelor who had a very strange, I mean, obviously, I would say obviously homosexual relationship with his second in command for decades. I mean, you can read about it online. But the FBI, from the beginning, was founded by a bizarre, weird, control freak sexual deviant who was a paranoid person who did not at all respect constitutional rights at all. And the FBI has committed so many abuses from its inception, and that's really why we say the FBI has to go as an organization. It's not, there's no redeeming at this point the FBI.
It has never been a good organization.
No.
And all that stuff they tell you, oh, we're out there fighting human trafficking and child pornography. And
Right.
they're not doing it because I have the numbers on their budget. Their budget has been almost unchanged on the office in the FBI that specializes in child pornography prosecutions and pedophilia prosecutions. Their office, the budget for that has been completely ignored since like the 90s.
Right.
I mean, the National Center for Missing and Exploiting Children is always complaining. They're like, yo, we're using computers from like 2005 at our jobs.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
no one, and I could tell you that child pornography today is more prolific than ever before in history.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the dark net, the internet. The FBI is not really making that even in the top 10 priorities. Their priority, their biggest budget is what they call counterterrorism.
Every ounce of money that this FBI has, if good people were in power, would be spent on rescuing abused children.
Well, and you think of the possible financial crimes. I mean, at a time when wealth concentration at the top is more extreme than at any point in the last 100 years, and you think of the white collar crime that's going on right now.
White collar crime. This is also proven. White collar crime in the last 5 years, and this got worse under Trump.
Yeah,
Naturally.
of course.
White collar crime is at the lowest prosecutions in American history.
At a time when there's more billionaires and there's more concentration at the top. After COVID, it was already bad. After COVID, it's worse than it's been in 100 years since the Gilded Age.
The FBI is not even looking at white collar crime.
That's because they are the
Not
criminals.
even in the top
Yeah,
100.
yeah,
If
yeah.
child pornography is in the number 99 on their priorities, white collar crime doesn't even register. They're not prosecuting any of it ever. This
Yeah.
is the golden age of actual crime.
Yeah.
Thanks to the FBI's counterterrorism, white nationalist obsession, the obsession they have, thanks to the owning of the ADL. Because people will say, a lot of leftists, and I'll tell you this as a journalist, that it's wrong. A lot of leftists will act like the FBI is its own thing. They're the deep state, this and that. And there's truth to that, okay? There is some truth to that. However, the people pulling the strings are the political donors, okay? Because the political donors own both parties. They
Right.
get all the people that they want appointed to bureaucratic offices.
Right.
And furthermore, they own all the media,
Right.
or they influence all the media. So
it's right there. It's right there.
you
What
have
the connection is.
everything going for you. If you do what they say, you as an individual FBI agent, whether you're cynical, whether you're just a blackmailed pedophile, whether you're just a corrupt scumbag or a sociopath, or all the above,
The above.
you have many incentives to do whatever it takes to frame a 17-year-old for a phony synagogue attack plot or a fake kidnapping or whatever. You have every incentive. Everyone around you has every incentive to do this. And as we saw with some of their, when you provide incentives, because leftists will talk about this, like basically there was like a year under Trump where FBI agents were incentivized to find Chinese agents and Chinese spies.
Right.
And what they were doing is that they couldn't find many, probably because the Chinese are frankly better at espionage than the FBI and the CIA.
They don't need spies. They have phones.
Yeah, and exactly. And so what was happening is that the FBI agents, because of the incentives, the political incentives set by William Barr and other people, they were basically taking random Chinese people off the street and claiming they were Chinese spies. They were just finding a random Asian.
Contact AAPI hate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this came out in court when during a trial. Again, this stuff only comes out during trials and during aggressive discovery. If you're not aggressive, you never get this information. But there was this Chinese man who's, I believe, who's an American citizen who was working at a university in a physics department or something. And the FBI arrested him for being a Chinese agent. He took it to trial. And at trial, they brought that very FBI agent who swore in court in a complaint that he believed that this Chinese man was an agent of the People's Republic of China. Well, they put him under oath, and then he basically admitted that it's not true, that he just made it up. So
yeah,
that turned into a scandal because, you know, the non-white victim has access to the Democratic Party, who have written they're basically really getting on the case of Christopher Wray over this.
Right.
But with this other stuff, the FBI isn't doing, the Republican Party is doing nothing.
Nothing.
Not the January 6th people.
Yeah, forget about the people that are white nationalists or are tagged as white nationalists, but not even their own voters in the January 6th people. I have
stories. I mean, you know, a lot of conservatives will say, well, a lot of conservatives are under the false impression is like, well, as long as I don't talk about Jewish people's power or racial stuff or oppose gays too strongly, the FBI will leave me alone. That's their false security.
Yeah.
Because I have stories on the National Justice site of proven instances where the FBI infiltrated a Bible study group in Virginia. So there was a small group of men, of conservatives, that were sitting reading the Bible and discussing the Bible, and they were Trump supporters. The FBI snuck an undercover agent into their Bible study. Okay.
Incredible.
Then there, what a place for a rainbow dildo accidentally fall out of your pocket.
Right.
Well, most modern churches would be like, "Oh, yay!"
Concerned Women for America, which is a evangelical Christian group associated with the GOP going back to the 70s. They are for the traditional family. They oppose gay marriage, and they oppose transgender education for children.
Yeah.
The FBI, an FBI agent, put them under investigation for financial fraud of their nonprofit. They couldn't find anything. But the reason they put them under investigation had no predicates. So a FOIA request by the Cato Institute found that the FBI agent, who of course is unnamed in the FOIA request, they block out his name, the FBI agent picked the Concerned Women of America at random with no tip. There was no tip that they were engaging in illicit financial fraud, that they were using their money. There's no tip, no predicate, no reason to suspect them of a crime. So by law, they're not supposed to open up a preliminary investigation into them.
Right.
And yet they did. They did. And they went through their financial records with a fine-tooth comb and could find nothing out of the ordinary. And so they had to close it. But the Cato Institute says that they do this thousands and thousands of times to registered nonprofit groups that are on the political, that are either conservative, nationalist, or civil liberties groups.